Everybody, we are back. It is Safe to Live's favorites podcast, favorites channel, favorites everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at mhold95 for Matt, and of course pandasubs.com discount code TDL for 35% off. All right, Matt. So the season's over. I don't know if you watched the film or not. I don't know if you had any thoughts on the film, but you didn't watch it.
I didn't.
No, you did not check it out. All right.
I have not. No, not yet. Did you watch it?
I did watch the film. I did watch the offense. I didn't watch the defense. I mean, I got to watch the defense before, just in case. I don't think you're gonna ask me any questions tomorrow, but just in case they do, I gotta be on my my P's and Q's there. So probably gonna watch a little bit of it, but there's really not much to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's part of the reason. I mean, probably will eventually at some point, but had a few other things that took my time that wasn't going to waste watching that preseason game basically all over again.
Good
win.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, Trey Tucker, he looked good, man. Trey Tucker looked good. Aiden O'Connell had a good game. He did have a good game. Did finish season strong. He put together a pretty good performance. Colt Miller is a beast, and he's underrated, and he needs to. It's just crazy. The Raiders are 3-1 with Colt Miller starting at left tackle. With Antonio Pierce, they're 3-1.
Oh, I was like, what? It
doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense when I say that. But with Antonio Pierce as head coach, I forgot to put that caveat there. They're 3-1 with Colt Miller and 2-3 without him.
Build the team around Pierce and Colt Miller, then.
I guess so, man. I guess I'm just saying they might make the playoffs. Colt Miller just keeps playing. He doesn't get hurt. Real shit. I mean,
yeah. I mean, he's a beast. I mean, he's a beast. We've known that for a while and been underrated. Another Pro Bowl snub again. I mean, it's just like an annual tradition that he just doesn't make it and doesn't get any recognition, and he should. But
yeah.
And I think you're right. Like the fact that they played so much better with him, or they played worse without him than they did with him. What I'm trying to say here.
Yeah,
it's late night. I'm getting loopy here. We're at the end of the season.
Yeah,
I'm not making any sense. But yeah, the fact that they played so much better with him, just kind of proves how valuable he is. But
yeah, how much Aiden O'Connell plays better with him, because I swear when he came in that Colts game, he just changed. He just became a totally different quarterback. And they scored 2 touchdowns in the second half, and then he had another 2 touchdowns this week. And when Colton Miller was playing, he only had 1 interception. So in those 4 games, he has 1 interception with Colton Miller. And so it's that dude is a stud. So I wanted to put that out there. I think he needs appreciation. And it shows in their record with some good coaching, and you know what I mean. They went 3-1 with one of the best tackles, and their offense is a whole lot better. So they ran the ball really well. I mean, they had the best run blocking game of the year. They say that when it didn't matter, but they decided they wanted to run block like crazy. But other than that, man, nothing really crazy to talk about on the offense.
I know. I mean, I do think you kind of touched on it a little bit too. It was nice to see the young players step up and do what they need to do to basically show up and build momentum next year. You talked about, Connell, Zamir White's another guy who would put in that category. I think we talked about Tyree Wilson after the game. I mean, he played really well too. And Kuntz, again, I think I saw in PFF, he ended up with 6 pressures again, finished the season with 52 after, not really playing a ton at the beginning of the season. The guy's going to get paid. So we'll see.
Yeah. So that's getting to the off-season talk, right? The off-season here, what we talk about every week until we have a coach and a GM, is the head coaches and the GM search. So let's start with the GM search, because that's actually started. We haven't had a head coach search yet, or head coaches interviewed. A lot of GMs have been interviewed already. We got Adam Peters, right? He's from the Niners. Okay. Trey Brown, he's from the Bengals.
Yep.
Tom Telesco, which some people were very upset about this one. Tom Telesco. Ed Dodds got people excited because his connection to Harvard. Oh, yes, Ed Dodds. Then you had Terrence Gray from the Bills. And of course, Champ Kelly, who's the candidate as well, who's already did his interview. His interview was live. So on the fly here. So he brought in Jack Jones. You brought in Robinson too, right? 97, wasn't that? He
Yeah.
picked him up, right? Robinson, that was a good pickup, I think. He made some good additions on defense. Offense, I don't know. I mean, we needed some linemen. I don't know where he didn't go find those. That's fine, but you know,
Yeah. I mean, it's just so hard to evaluate a GM. Like the how we assess like a GM is basically how they do in the draft and free agency, and he obviously hasn't gotten that, so it's just tough. But you do bring up the point of like found a few diamonds in the rough, or found a few guys that other teams didn't want, and got some good players out of them. Robinson popped up a few times, nothing anything special, but
yeah,
before the fourth defensive end on the roster, like played well, had his moments and whatnot, and obviously
exactly.
Jones is going to walk into the offseason as the top corner right now, so can't blame him. But
can't blame him there. But some of these other guys, Adam Peters, he comes from San Francisco, so I mean, you look at their drafts since John Lynch has been there, right? I mean, Deebo Samuel, right? Ayuk.
Was he there when they drafted
Brock
Buckner?
Purdy, I guess. Brock Purdy, right? But they missed on Trey Lance. And they actually saved Kyle Shanahan because you know damn well he wanted Mac Jones. He's even said that. It would have been Mac. So it would have been Mac with Kyle. So they tried to save Kyle, which I don't know. Maybe Mac Jones is good with Kyle. Maybe he is. Maybe he was. I don't know. You never know, right?
I feel pretty confident in saying that I don't think Mac Jones would be good with Kyle.
Yeah, I don't know. Mac Jones is kind of sensitive. He could, but it was weird because he played with Saban. So then he went to Belichick. Like maybe the players were not as nice around him. I don't know what's up with that. But Matt, but they drafted the wrong quarterback, right?
Right.
Which I mean, I never. Go ahead.
I was just saying, and then eventually got lucky and found one.
Yeah, they got lucky.
With literally the last pick of the draft. They drafted Brock Purdy. I'm like, I don't know how much flowers I can give them because they literally did it with the last pick of the draft. But they did draft him.
Hey man, going deep into the playoffs pays off sometimes. You know what I mean? It pays off with the starting quarterback. You know.
Yeah.
What was it? Who else did they draft? I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, I guess I could just pull this up, right?
Was he on the staff that added Buckner and Armstead, or was that still when Harbaugh's crew was there or Balky was there?
I think Armstead's Balky.
Okay, yeah, then Buckner's Balky too. Let's see. I mean, brought in part of bringing in Trent Williams in that trade.
Yeah, Trent Williams. Okay, Trent Williams. Some good things. I mean, like last couple of years. I mean, Jair Brown. Safety. Jake Moody.
Warner.
Latu. Well, Warner is 2018. So yeah, right? Because they came in 2017, right? But how long is Adam Peters?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm just trying to go over the guys that he might have had. I don't know when Peters was there.
I'm gonna pull this up. Adam Peters doesn't want to pull up, of course. But who's the next guy? I'll pull that up here. We got Trey Brown, who's the Bengals. He's with the Bengals there.
The Bengals had a bunch of good drafts. That's why they're where they're at.
All right, so Trey Brown, he is a scout with the Eagles from 2013 to 2018. Okay. He joined the Bengals in 2021.
Until 2021?
So he's a recent guy.
I thought he was with the Bengals when he interviewed for the Raiders interim job in 2021, or the GM job in 2021.
I mean, that was after 2021, though.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Gotcha. Wait. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Got my timeline mixed up.
Yeah. So yeah, he comes after the season. That's when they interviewed from that. But look at the Bengals draft history. The last couple of years. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, 2020 with Jamar Chase, right? Joseph Asai. You know,
did you say they?
Jackson Carman's a bad one because I mean, what he did to. Yeah, that was a bad one. But
wait, I thought you said you didn't get there until 2021.
Yeah, that's when he got there. So like Jamar Chase, man.
Jamar Chase wasn't he 2020?
No, he's 2021.
2021. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and then I mean the rest of the draft is not very good, to be honest. But the Daxton Hill, right? Cam Taylor Britt, right?
Couple good corners.
Miles Murphy, DJ Turner this year. So Jordan Battle, and then the dude from Princeton, just some Chase Brown. So yeah, they've had some pretty good drafts for the Bengals. They have.
Yeah.
So I mean, he might not be that bad.
I like too that like I don't know. I've been a big fan of Howie Roseman and how like the Eagles done it, and I like that he was like has that background, has spent time there to know how they operate and work and whatnot. So I don't know.
So Adam Peters, he's with the Broncos before.
Yeah. Was a part of drafting Fred Warner because he came to the Niners in 2017 in Warner's 2018 draft. So
okay, so he's pretty consistent there. Then you got Ed Dodds. Dodds is the Colts, right? I mean, the Colts. He's not the GM though. He's assistant GM over there, right? To what's his name?
Chris Ballard.
Mm-hmm. But Ed Dodds he's like because he did like the Seahawks or something like that. Then he has a connection to Harbaugh, so I know the people who want Harbaugh, they're super excited about that interview. So, but I mean, to me, he's a weird one because like, why hasn't he got a job yet to be so good?
I feel like Colts have kind of been under scrutiny a little bit. Like even Ballard, I feel like has kind of been in hot water in the last few years because they haven't been like a consistent playoff team. Like I'm trying to remember, like if they make it as like a wild card and a one and done in the last few years. Like what's the last few times that they've been to the playoffs?
It's been a minute. I mean, with Phillip Rivers, right? Yeah,
and they got bounced in the first. So 2020, the COVID year. Like this year, it's kind of been like a lot of like I feel like it's kind of been like a lot of the same. Like I guess last year they were bad, but like where they like float around that average mark and never get over the hump. And then they had that revolving door at quarterback for starting with Phillip Rivers. Or I guess really starting with Andrew Luck retiring, but over the last few.
Yeah. I mean that's when they started sucking. Just keep it real. They lost Andrew Luck.
Just have him
tires on you. Yeah, it ain't gonna be the best thing for you, man. It's gonna be over that after that, dog. Because that's just bad. Where is he? This dude, I cannot find his background at all. Ed Dodds. But he's a connection to what is his connection to Harbaugh?
I don't know. You broke that news to me.
Oh, really? I mean, Chris Bauer began his tenure in 2017. He got to start in Oakland as a scout before joining the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, that's how.
Because he was there when Harbaugh was there. That's a weird connection. I don't know if that's true. Like, is that a connection? Just because Harbaugh was the quarterback coach, you like he knows him or something? Is that? They know each other.
This is why Albert Breer said Dodds also has a strong relationship with Michigan coach head coach Jim Harbaugh. What exactly that means, I don't know.
So they used to drink beer. They used to drink beers after practice or something. Is that they became friends? I guess. Okay. I mean, just gonna hire your boy. Just you can do any research on it. All right. But yeah, so he's with Oakland. But he's went with Indy since 2017. I mean, their draft's been up and down, but and then the other guy, you get the guy from the Patriots, right? Or the Bills.
Yeah.
Bills drafts. I mean, they draft some linebackers really good. They draft really good linebackers. Some corners, I guess, right? I mean, Elam, but
I think Elam's hasn't played well, has he?
He's played. I don't know. He's played okay. Like it's just nothing. I mean, you know what I mean? Nothing. I guess they missed him a little bit
from a first round pick. Or was he second?
Yeah, and that's why I think they should stick with Champ. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
yeah, no one that really like inspires much like joy in me. Like I'm not like pounding the table for any of these dudes, and I'm definitely not pounding the table for Tom Telesco.
Yeah. I mean, I guess these Bills drafts aren't that bad. You got Spencer Brown, who's I think he's starting right tackle, right? Rousseau, he starts for them. AJ Spencer, Gabe
Epinesa.
Davis. Yeah, Evanescence. Yeah, terrible names, man. Kyer Elam, James Cook, Terrell Bernard, Khalil Shakir. Christian Benfrey starts a corner for them. Kincaid, Torrance is starter. I mean, I think about it, this is not that bad. I mean, Ed Oliver, because we had to take arrow, so we just gave them Ed Oliver. So how that goes. But yeah, those are the candidates really for that. I mean, coaching, there's really no. I mean, Mike Vrabel, is Jim Harbaugh, right? Besides Antonio Pierce at this point, I guess. I mean, I don't know we haven't interviewed anybody. The rumor is Harbaugh, but we'll see how that goes.
The report was what it's basically it's a 2-horse race between AP and Harbaugh. So if I'm reading between the lines here, like we've been saying for a little bit, it's Jim Harbaugh's job unless he doesn't want it, and then if he doesn't want it, it's AP. It seems like.
So I don't know. I just like passing, Matt. That's all the thing, man. We're just not gonna. Just him going 10 for 18 versus Washington, having a quarterback going 10 for 18 versus the Washington Huskies defense. When they get picked apart by like everybody picks them apart. They just they score more points than the other team, and Washington stopped the run for 2 quarters, and they got back in the game, and then they stopped stopping the run again, and they lost. This basically was the game.
Banners hang forever.
Yes, they do.
Stats don't.
10 for 18, 100 yards passing. 303 yards rushing, though. 303 yards rushing.
I mean, that's what he's gonna want to build if he takes it over. He's gonna want to build the bully. He's gonna build through the trenches and run the hell out of the ball, like you said.
That's not gonna work, though, man. I mean, it's not gonna work. You can't win a Super Bowl that way anymore. That's the thing. Like you need a passing game to win a Super Bowl. Now, maybe you can make the playoffs. I'm not saying that you make the playoffs. You can win a playoff game because you could just run the hell out of somebody. But then you get a face Patrick Mahomes, and then you're gonna run it. He's just gonna make 2 passes that are gonna get him to 24 points. You lose 24-21, running the clock.
That's insane. Then all of a sudden you're down with 2 possessions, and now you have to throw it.
And then you can't throw. And you're on the road in Arrowhead. See? And then you have JJ McCarthy and trying to throw the ball, and he's 10 for 22. You know what I mean? Or who we're talking about today, maybe Justin Fields. It could be Justin Fields, or it could be, maybe even Russ. Man, he might like Russ. We're doing Russell Wilson today. We're doing veteran QBs, obviously. It's a great transition. We're doing veteran quarterbacks, guys. We're doing Justin Fields and Russell Wilson because all the veteran other quarterbacks were just not worth breaking down, to be honest. I don't want to. Baker Mayfield, I think he's going to stay over there.
Yeah.
In Tampa. Tannehill, I don't want that. Don't need to stay away. Don't come over here. And there's nobody else really. I mean, Jake Browning is exclusive, so the Raiders have to give up a draft pick. They might ask for like a 3rd or something crazy. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's not worth it. But unless they could change his designation, they could change his thing and let him go. That would be interesting. And then we probably do a breakdown of that. But that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna do him, but I was like, he's exclusive, and I'm not getting a draft pick for him. He needs to relax on that. But so I did Russell Wilson because I think he might be a little realistic, especially if AP comes back, or even if even if Jim Harbaugh. I mean, he can. What Jim Harbaugh likes to do, he could do it. So,
and I mean, if you think about it too, like Harbaugh. I mean, I don't know what his relationship is like with Russell Wilson, but he obviously competed against him for however many years in San Francisco. Should know well, shouldn't have a good idea of who he is as a player. Plus, if you're Russ and you're pissed off at the Broncos, coming to Las Vegas and getting to play them twice would probably be a little intriguing prospect.
Yeah, so. because I just think Russ is a great bridge quarterback at this point. Like, even if you like because a couple things. Patrick Mahomes and Jordan Love, I feel like kind of point to a lot of things with how NFL quarterbacks can be developed. If you have that good bridge quarterback there, I think one thing, it will motivate Russ because he doesn't want to get benched, and he knows that he will get benched because having Jarrett Stidham behind you is different than having Jaden Daniels. It's just a little different. You know, it's just
Yeah.
you might play a little better. You might win 2 MVPs like Aaron Rodgers. You might throw for 4,000 yards like Alex Smith did. Alex Smith never threw for 4,000 yards. They drafted Patrick Mahomes. He's throwing deep to Tyreek Hill all of a sudden. You know, it's just so those things matter too. Those guys are competitive, and they're not going to lose their job. So I think you can get maybe a good year and a half out of Russ, and then like Jaden Daniels is ready to go, and you're just balling. It just continues because the team is still good, just like the Packers. The Packers just did a quick rebuild because they had a quarterback that was already ready to go in the system. So you got to make sure you have the OC and make sure the OC doesn't get taken away year one. But you know, but your thoughts on Fields? So I'm going too long on kind of how Russ works.
My thoughts on Fields. I mean, we'll get into it a little bit. Like one of the game I picked to like break down, I picked strategically because I saw PFF happen with 3 big time throws and then 3 turnover worthy plays, which I felt like kind of like perfectly sums him up. Like he'll have like the highlight plays and the splashes that you like, and you'll sit there and turn around and say, why doesn't this happen every time? Because it'll also turn around and have plays where you're thinking, what are you doing? Like, what are you even thinking? So it's just a big thing with him is consistency. And I mean, plus, you know, his what he brings to his legs is pretty unique. And I mean, if we're talking about, again, hiring a guy like Jim Harbaugh, like he's got that similar skill set that Harbaugh had a lot of success with Kaepernick. Doesn't have the arm that Kaepernick has, but the mobility. And like, we'll see a few throws, like when he wants to pull the trigger and rip it, like he can. Like there's one throw we'll see here at the end that was pretty impressive in that perspective. So yeah, there's potential there. I still don't like the idea of giving up, you know, like even like a second round pick for him that I know has been floating around. Middle rounds where you kind of like, you know, bring him in and see if what he can do, and you don't, you know, steer away from drafting someone or having a plan in case he doesn't work out. I'd be a little bit more comfortable with. The big thing with me is you're going to have to immediately decide on his 5th-year option, which won't be too much money, but like there is a chance that he could come in and get beat out by a rookie. Like like there are plays that I'm screaming at my screen, like, what are you doing?
See, my thing is if they trade for Justin Fields, they're not drafting anyway. I think it's an investment to me.
Yeah, I guess true.
Yeah.
Him and Aiden O'Connell competed out. But no, like again, unless Jim Harbaugh takes over where Harbaugh wants a mobile quarterback, I could see Aiden O'Connell beating Justin Fields out, honestly. I mean, Fields is more talent, but there's certain things with Fields about a passer that get very, very frustrating.
Yeah, man, I agree. All right, let's get to this film, man. We've been talking about coaches too damn long, anyways. So, you go first. Let's do some Justin Fields.
Justin Fields.
Russell Wilson's old. Let's go with the cool guy for the cool stuff first.
Good. So yeah, like I said, part of the reason why I wanted to pick this game specifically is it kind of showed a lot of what Justin Fields can and can't do. One of the things that, you know I've talked about a lot, and one of the things that I've noticed just from watching him throughout the year, and specifically with that Vikings game, is he's going to miss a lot of opportunities for throws. Like here, I mean, he's looking right at DJ Moore with this little switch release that they do, or I guess not quite a switch release, but with them motioning Darnell Mooney inside, like they basically created a little pick against this linebacker. So if he throws this right about now or starts to throw this when DJ Moore hits the top of his route on the out, like that's open for a first down. I believe this is 3rd down if memory serves me correct. Third and looks like about 10. And I mean, they're picking up the first, but he doesn't. He pulls it down, and then he starts working to the corner on Mooney on the corner. And I mean, that's going to be a tough throw with these 2 defenders, you know, one on top and one underneath. But if you're not going to take the out, this is what you got to make. And 2, like, we'll see. I'm going to back this up right about here. Like, we'll see the corner kind of hit this stumble and open his hips up more to drive on the out. Like, you can rip it in there and get there. Or the other thing you can do is you can maybe even hit this little check down on the short drag. I don't think that picks up the first down. But what you can't do is not hold on to the ball and end up getting strip sacked. It's like we'll see it from here too. Like he has plenty of time. He's got a clean pocket, but poor ball security. I mean, doesn't really feel the pressure coming. Never tucks the ball away. And I mean,
Tries to
We
make a
can't have
play.
this happen. Exactly. Yeah. Well, he tries to make a play when he could have made a play already. You know what I mean? Like, just throw the ball again.
That's what I'm saying. People hate the boring pocket passer, man, but CJ Stroud just throws that ball to that guy. That's all I say.
Exactly. And I think even like Nate O'Connell at least like tries to hit that out. I don't know if he's gonna hit, I don't know if he has the arm strength to hit that corner, but he's going to the out.
Exactly.
You're gonna see a similar one here. So this one, I believe, is covered 3 again. He wants to hit, or he's initially looking at the corner. Now, this probably isn't going to go for a huge gain because the linebacker's coming out to the flat. But again, if he wants to throw the ball, if he throws this ball at the top of Moore's route, like that's completion. And, we'll take it because I think this is first and 15 if I remember correctly. But he doesn't. He works off of it, and then he comes back to the other side of the field. And like this is a play where like I'm sitting here screaming like throw the ball, right? Like we got the tight end on the seam route. Linebacker's got his eyes, and he's nowhere near be able to make this play. And then the other safety's on the other hash. Now, maybe this other safety comes crashing down, but then how about we hit the out and up? And so that's where I'm kind of get frustrated with Justin Fields, where when I'm watching him, I know I've talked about this during the season, where I sit there and I'm watching film and I'm just sitting there like throw the ball. Like I don't know if you're if you're gun shy or you just don't want to like make a play or anything like that or whatnot or what
Who
it
did
is.
Who did he throw the ball to?
I'm not seeing the field. Oh, he eventually goes to the DJ Moore, or excuse me, Darnell Mooney late on the scramble drill, and it nearly gets picked. So that's where it's frustrating for me. It's like, dude, just throw the ball. Like, I don't know if it's that he doesn't see the field well or he's not confident or what, but at some point we got to get rid of it. And when I say that, I don't mean after the scramble drill, after you tried to throw the guy that was already open. I kind of see it here too. Like, I also, if I remember, he kind of bails out of a clean pocket here a little bit too.
Yeah, clearly. Yeah. No, he's trying to make a big play, but then don't throw it short. Oh, let me go deep here.
I don't even know if it's that though, because it's like you had an opportunity to make a big play. You had 2, and he turned it down.
All right,
and then, all right, on this one, here's the other thing: the short to intermediate accuracy, like consistently, just isn't quite there for him. Like this is basically what you want, right? You got a whip route from, I think that's Mooney as well against man coverage. I mean, Mooney wins. I know he stumbles out of his break, but this, nowhere near close to the target. Like I'll let this play without stopping it. Like he throws it on top of the numbers when Mooney is like a good few yards inside of it. And I don't know, Marcus, quarterback play better than I do. What concerns me too is like if I'm watching his mechanics, like I don't see anything.
I was about to point that out, but you don't see anything wrong. I see something.
What is it?
He's overstriding like crazy.
The overstride? Okay.
Like watch. Just watch how much he just kind of just. It's just, I don't know. It's just weird to watch from the other angle.
From the end zone or the sideline.
Yeah, it felt like he's just like I don't know, like he's old. I don't know.
I mean, he stays within his 2. It's not. I don't feel like he was like too far out. Like
yeah, I don't know. Just look. I don't know. Maybe it looked weird. It looked weird at first because I think when you paused it, but he kind of fixed it a little bit. Not fast motion. It's just he also has when you talk about him throwing some of those throws you're talking about. One of the reasons why he doesn't throw it is because he has a long. You see the motion he has. He's got a little faster, but it has a big deal with it.
He kind of throws it like a baseball a little bit, like that, a little bit of a wind up.
Mm-hmm. He's got it faster though. I'll give him credit for that.
Yeah, but yeah, like that was what was like concerning to me is like I don't think he's got anything. Like if he was like very clearly like his like hips aren't getting all the way around or something like that, be like, all right, well we can fix that. To me, he just misses. Which again, I don't know how you fix that.
It might be part of it, him speeding up his rotation too, because he's had to. So
yeah, his timing's off from what he's used to at least. All right. But moving on, going over some of the good stuff and what he can bring to the table. This was probably one of the more impressive plays I think I remember seeing from him. I mean, we got Myles Garrett, who's the defensive player of the year, barreling down and wins around the edge, ends up escaping the sack and finds I think that's Komet on the run. Like that's a nice play. Like this is what he can give you, and this is what having a guy with like that's an athletic quarterback can bring to the table. Because Aiden O'Connell ain't making this play.
No, he's not.
Like he's very like I like him better on the run. Like we're going to see a few more throws from him on the run that I think he's like a lot more comfortable doing that. And part of it's because of his athleticism and him being able to use his feet. Like you want him moving, and maybe that's part of the key too, is like that takes the decision-making out of it a little bit too. Like we saw before, he turned down opportunities and then made a throw on the run, a bad throw on the run, but that's clearly where he's more comfortable is when he's out of the pocket and moving around.
That was a good throw.
Yeah. We'll see another one soon coming up.
So you should have been nice to him, man. Did Washington.
I know. All right. And okay, this is one. So this is another one. This is a little bit more of the mobility. What I like too is like he notices that the Browns have a little line game going on, so they lose outside contain. So he's going to pull up, kind of roll out, and it's 3rd and 10. Now, back this up a little bit. He could go to the tight end, working the out, but obviously this linebacker, I think is that Joker, or whoever it is probably going to make that play. So instead, he's going to scramble, pull up a little bit here to kind of sell it. And again, not a play that Aiden O'Connell is going to be making. And that's kind of, again, what he can bring to the table with his feet and add that extra element to your offense. Plus, I like that he's able to recognize, where the alley is and where the avenue to run is. We'll get an even better view of it from the end zone copy. But too, like, sees the line game, let me bail out, pull up, escape those guys deep, and then just take off and use your speed to go pick up the first. So, and that was on 3rd down too, 3rd and long. So, oh yeah, this play was just funny. I'm gonna let it run. Oh, buddy.
Oh man.
I don't know who 18 is, but he got cut on this one. So again,
wow.
See him again. Justin Fields on the run. Little play action fake here where they fake the toss. And they're going to run, is that called the throwback route? Is that right? Where he fakes the crowd.
Yeah, go ahead. Let it run. Let me look.
Where the tight end fakes to one side of the field and goes to the other on the play action.
That's mesh corner.
Ah, gotcha.
That's a Gruden. That's a Gruden one. That's a Gruden special right there.
Gotcha. Again, I mean,
with
another great ball on the run.
And they say Luke Getsy's not good. He got the guy. I mean, he got schemed open. I mean, you can't design it better than that. But anyway, keep going. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. I like too, like you'll see the safety here at 33. Like safety takes the cheese and drives on the crosser. So Fields knows he has to throw the linebacker in a trail position with no safety help over the top. And again, that's a hell of a ball on the run. It's covered what, like 50 yards?
That's a touchdown.
Yeah. I mean, this should be 6 points. This should be a 76-yard touchdown with the tight end's banging his head on the goalpost.
That should be play of the week, bro. That's what that should have been.
But we got to also catch the ball. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. You can't catch it himself. That's all I say.
Very true. All right. So this is actually going to be the last one. And this clip I'm going to preface, this is part of what makes Justin Fields so frustrating for me, is we saw those first 2 clips where, okay, maybe a couple of those throws, a couple of those options I pointed out were tight windows, but he has the arm strength to make it. And this throw kind of proves it. Like it's cover 6. Like that is a great ball that is layered between, 2 levels of the defense. And look where he starts to throw this. Right when DJ Moore hits the top of his break. Like that is perfect timing, perfect anticipation, like good zip on it. And like this corner for getting spinned around does a pretty good job of staying in coverage, but Fields throws it on time and with enough heat that he has no chance to make the play. And 2, like I said, layers it in between those 2nd and 3rd levels. Like we'll get a good example of how he got it over this linebacker 44 right here. Like that's what makes him so frustrating for me is I see that. I'm like, okay, then why are you turning down those other 2 that we saw before? Like you had the arm strength, have some confidence in yourself and just let it rip. Like when he does let it rip, These are the plays that he can make. And it's just a matter of what guy you're going to get down and down, and what is he seeing? Is it, as simple as making it a one read route for him and just kind of just letting him and taking the thinking out of it, or what? But that was what my biggest frustration. I'm like, dude, not only are you not throwing to open guys, but when you do, just let it rip. You have the talent. So
Yeah. Fields has the talent, man. He's talented as hell. I mean, this is what I said. You could have put on Washington and you could have sold him to the fans, and he would be like, "Oh my God, he's the greatest quarterback ever," because he has some balls now. 'Cause I watched when they played the Bears, right? When the Raiders played the Bears,
right.
I went and watched that game, and I was sold, and I got like, maybe, I don't know, maybe we should give a second. But then you watch the next game, you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
So that's basically him. I mean, because Bears fans are totally done with him after he couldn't beat Jordan Love, so they're done. Whatever. You should see they're on TikTok freaking out, man. Freaking out.
I mean, I can understand a little bit. I can understand a little bit if it's like, oh, we have the number one pick. Like, yeah, like ditch this guy. Because again, what I was just showing you, and we didn't even get into him running into sacks, which has happened quite a bit.
I mean, you showed one. You showed one.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. But I even commented on some guy on TikTok because he was talking about how I don't want a guy to take sacks. Let's replace him with Caleb Williams. And I was like, bro, see, this is why you guys don't understand how this works. Like, and that Caleb did a lot. Caleb is a lot better in the pocket than he was as a sophomore than he is as a junior. I'll give him a whole lot of credit for that. You watch him on film, he's way better there. But and that's the difference between Fields and somebody like that. Like there's a future that I see of Caleb Williams getting older and being better in the pocket and trusting himself, and before he just starts to dance around. So Fields, I don't see it. I don't. It's year 3. He's gonna be dancing for the rest of his whole career. That's my thing.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm very cautious about the prospect of trading for Justin Fields after watching this. Like I was kind of hoping to go into this, be like, maybe I was overreacting a little bit to the few games I had seen, but I'm like, no, that's just who he is. Like, you're gonna have to live with a few missed reads where you just scratch your head and say, why did you not throw the ball? And I don't know if that can change, but does have a ton of talent, that's for sure.
Yeah, he does, man. All right, let's get into Russell Wilson. So let's get into some another guy who likes to take sacks. I mean, so this is a theme. I mean, we're just showing you guys what play. This is the mobile quarterback thing. Because to me, the only guy who's mobile right now that I feel like wouldn't take a lot of sacks in the draft is Jaden Daniels. I don't think he would take a lot of sacks because I feel like he is a little bit of a pocket passer, a little bit. But he just runs a 4.32. So you could. I don't know how fast he is. We'll see. But here's the originator of taking sacks. He does have a Super Bowl with it, though. He does have a Super Bowl doing this. All right, so here we go. Russell Wilson. And one thing I noticed about Russ this year a little bit, I mean, maybe because he's playing with Sean Payton, and Sean Payton wanted to run the Drew Brees offense with him, that was just completely messed up, is that, he's hit the check down, man. He's getting to the check down. He's not trying to make too many plays, right? Get to the check down, get some yards there. All right, Russ, okay. See, married with children. You guys get married and they have kids and they start checking down. See, it's the thing, man. See it here. I mean, pretty good. There you go. The pressure gets there. Get it down to the running back. Get 10 here. Then we see me working the short mesh game on this one. I don't know why he had him running the Drew Brees offense. It made no damn sense to me. All right, so we're getting some mesh here. Some mesh, and he's working this side, which I think he probably could have went to, but he said no, I don't want to do that. That's fine. I'm gonna go here to Jerry Jeudy, and we're still gonna get some good yards here from Jerry. Jeudy puts a nice little deadlift there.
Not a bad guy to put the ball in his hands.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully, if the Raiders pick up Russ, we don't do this. Like, I mean, the Raiders get Russ. I mean, I want Brian Leftwich or something like that because we could just do 989 right here. Bombs away. I mean, we might as well. We have Russell Wilson. But you see there, working the short passing game. So Sean Payton basically forced him to do it, and he didn't do a bad job at it. Is basically what I'm trying to show. he did a pretty good job of working a little short passing game here. I mean, there's some instances I'll show later when he looks like Justin Fields because, like I said, he's the originator of this. So, but honestly, I think he did a pretty good job working some of these short passes here. Here's another one, get a little quick hitch, right? Against crazy man Brian Flores, and he's on time right there.
Nice.
Right? Getting the ball out. This is just, Russ will see blitz. He's trying to make a play. This is nice. Get the ball out right there. There you go, Russ. Get it. So this is some growth here, guys. This is growth. This is what I call this. All right, and then of course, you should get some good throws here. But here's another timing throw here with Jerry Jeudy. This is another one nice on time. Drives the ball downfield on the outs here. Another nice one under pressure too. Got some pressure coming around the corner. So yeah, I mean, that's the thing is with if they did have Russell Wilson, I would feel like they could make the playoffs.
Okay,
but I do. I feel like they would make the playoffs. How far they would go, I don't know about that. But I mean, we get to watch him. We watch him in January probably because look at this throw, like this one, right? Here's another big time throw, and these are against some good defenses. I'm showing you guys here. So here's another one right there, driving that ball down the field up the seam. And this is what I was talking about. Let's get Byron Leftwich because we're getting some 989 here. This is for verts right here. Look at Russ execute. This is what I'm talking about right here, right? So you gotta. I think if you want to run the ball, you want to play tough defense, and you want to have explosive plays. I mean, this is kind of the guy that you would want to be a bridge. Now, I'm not saying that we should give him a 5-year deal for $250 million. I'm saying like 2 years, something like that, and we could draft somebody, and then we might get a great Russell Wilson year because he doesn't want to. Because one, he's pissed, he's a little humble, and he has somebody behind him. That's kind of what I'm thinking here, guys. I'm thinking, we just get that 130 touchdown Russell Wilson year, and you're like, great, thanks, thank you. Jaden's gonna start now, so that's what I'm thinking about here. So here's another great throw. This one's to Cortland Sutton. A little crossers here on this one. You see, he doesn't want to go that crosser. Then he comes back to Sutton over here, finds him. Great throw downfield, right on the money. I mean, there was just so much good on this, man. I just don't understand why he got benched. I'm confused.
I think it's probably a little bit of what you're talking about, where like they didn't feel like they could go. The ceiling, the team ceiling is capped where he's at.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, how far can you go? Because then then there's big play rust, right? There's the big plays are still there. He still can do this type of stuff right here, kind of like we saw with Justin Fields. Bootleg, right? You get a free rusher, he spins out. Now, what happens here? He can't run away from this guy anymore, as you can see. He can't run away from Rousseau anymore. But he can still make this crazy throw like this.
Oh yeah! Wow. Yeah, you gotta have a hose to throw like that off not only off 2 back feet, I guess you'd call that.
So this shows that he's 35 because this play he can still spin away from Rousseau, but he can't run away from him right here. So, right here, usually 25-year-old Russ, he's still running, and then he just makes his throw on the run. But no, he can't do this. He has to throw his fading away now. This is still a dime. Good Lord. That's a dime right there, guys. That's what we call a dime. Now, this play is funny because I'm going to show this play twice, okay? I'm going to show it on a different segment of this breakdown, and I'm going to show it right here because I'm going to show his playmaking skills, but also to show something else. So I'm not going to point it out here, but on this one, he's going to make – this is the game winner. This is the game winner versus the Vikings. He just makes – he's clutch as hell. This is like his last game when they cut him. They were down 23-7. He scored 2 touchdowns in 5 minutes. Then he got benched. It made no sense to me. So, but these are the type of plays that he makes, man.
It's kind of a little bit of a 50-50 ball, but
yeah. But when you got Cortland Sutton, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know your players, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll take 50-50 balls with Courtland Sutton. They're more like 75-25.
Exactly, and that's what he's thinking. So here's another crazy one. Versus the Patriots. This got him cut right here, I guess, or traded.
That is on the run too.
On the run, yeah. That was crazy. That's a crazy throw. You see a backside. Yeah, show again. Yeah,
and I feel like this is Russ like at his best, like off of play action and putting it down the field and pushing the ball down the field. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like that's when he was at his best in Seattle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I just didn't understand why he got cut. It was weird. All right, here we go. I mean, here's another one. Same game. You know, he's leading a comeback. Just is this a 50-50 ball? Yes. Is it a we're only deciding to get it ball? Yes. So it's just him making plays. So the playmaker Russ still there, you know, and as I say, we might be getting angry, pissed off for us, but you know, there's also this part of it too. So here's another play. We almost was an interception. They ended up dropping this one, but you see, he thinks he has this, but it just closes really quick. He almost was a pick. He dropped it, but kind of see it from this side too. Almost
I feel like that's when you got to toss in the stands.
All right. So the real problem with Russell Wilson, which has always been his problem, and you know, is that he's short. Okay. And so since he's short, this area of the field is gone. All right. And with most short quarterbacks, it's going to be a little bit of that with Caleb Williams too. At the rate of Caleb Williams, this part of the field is just going to be a little bit hard for them to see. And I don't know if you've seen that Hard Knocks with Tua, but you know, Tua couldn't see. I was watching that. I'm like, oh my God, Tua's 6'1". Okay. I think Russell Wilson was 5'11", right? So you see here, look at Jerry Judy's wide open over the middle. Just wide open. He can't see that though. He can't see it. He just can't. So he just, you know, chucks it down. I mean, he gets the first down here, but he had a nice little intermediate completion to Jerry Judy, and I was going to show you on this side how he can't see it. It's just not there. So I mean, look at all these guys around him. He knows he can't see that.
Not even any pressure either.
Right. Yeah, but there's too many guys flashing it. There's no lane.
No, yeah.
What passing lane is he to see, right? Like you have to create passing lanes for him to be successful. That's a little bit of the issue. So you'll see here this one. I just showed this play, right? This is the game-winning play. This play is funny because he doesn't see the wide open guy here. All right, so he's supposed to throw it here. He's supposed to throw it here, right? But he can't see that. There's a blitz. He can't see it, but you know what he can see? He can see Courtland Sutton once he finds a lane, right? So this guy's wide open. This is where this ball's supposed to go. You can't tell me this ball's not supposed to go here. I don't know exactly what this concept is, but it's supposed to get it. But he can see Courtland Sutton. I'm sorry, this is funny. Because he can even see the lane open up. See the lane where he can see Courtland?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's the biggest issue. Like he threw 14% of his passes to intermediate level. That's a real small number. So it's deep or short, guys. Deep or short. You know, you just draft. I don't know who the fastest wide receiver in the draft, but Trey Tucker, it does work with this dude. That's all I know. So, and you know, sometimes he just does what Justin Fields does, but he's been doing it for 12 years, which is just why he's not throwing this ball. Throw the ball, Russ. There you go. Throw the ball, Russ. See, he's wide open. Throw the ball.
Yeah.
Throw it. Oh, why isn't he throwing the ball? I don't know why. He just takes the sacks instead.
You know what's funny too is if you look at Fields' like spray charter percentages, he doesn't throw the intermediate areas very much either.
So we watched the 6'4" version of Russell Wilson and both breakdowns here. Basically, that's what I was thinking. Like he looks just like Russ. That's how he plays. But Russ doesn't turn the ball over. If you
Yeah.
notice, like I couldn't really show any plays of him like putting the ball into traffic. And that's why if you have a good defense, you run the football, you can win with him. You can win a lot of games because he doesn't turn the ball over. So that's the best thing about him, right? But you see here again, he has his slant. All right, he just doesn't want to throw it. I don't know why. And that's fine. You don't want to throw the slant. Let's make a play. I mean, he's been doing this for years, guys. This is Russell Wilson. You just, we even just saw the long throw to Tyler Lockett on TV. You didn't get to see this stuff. But it's the same guy. I mean, it doesn't change. I don't know why he did throw it. Like, what is he doing? Throw the damn slant.
Middle of the field.
Here's another one where like he just spins unnecessarily. I don't know where he's spinning to. And then he just chucks it downfield. I mean, you don't get a pick though. You see what I'm talking about? You're still in the game. If it's 22-20. Played some good defense. Sure, you didn't make the right read, but all right, here we go. This is another one. All right, they're gonna drop out. Now, this is Russell Wilson, and you know why his offensive linemen don't like him. Okay, because this is a clean lane. He can find something to go do with the football, but he just walks right into the sack. Just walks right into it. So I mean, but this is Russ, right? If you pick up Russ, he's getting sacked 45 times. It's like because he's gonna do stuff like that, and he's been doing that for years. It's not like a new thing or anything like that. So nothing crazy or anything like that you're gonna have to be shocked by when he plays. I just think that you could win with him now. He would make the Raiders enjoyable. We wouldn't have to go backwards and be like, oh, we're going 6-10. We could be like, okay, let's go 11-6, right? And then, because I think if they could build the defense a little bit, they got Kuntz and Crosby, those guys, so they could build on that. They could keep the defense going. If they bring back AP, Harbaugh would work with him, and you can draft somebody behind him because he's 35, and then you could, I don't think he's gonna suck, but if he does, then you just put the other guy in. So, I think he's a good bridge at this point. I don't know how expensive he's going to be. He seems pretty humbled at this point. I don't know what he's going to hit. That price tag is going to be the real discussion. But they gave Jimmy Garoppolo $23 million. If they want to, I think they can do that at least. So,
and I mean, I think, and who knows? Like maybe if how this all played out, like if he's still getting whatever guaranteed money he's going to get from the Broncos, maybe he's not looking for the money. He's like just looking for an opportunity, like what he could get with the Raiders to kind of prove himself and dispel the rumors and whatnot. So maybe he could be cheaper is kind of what I'm getting at. So we'll see.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, man. So, something like that where he can just come in here and then we could draft somebody behind him. He's obviously not going to be like a bad teammate with the draft pick, and it will motivate them. I'm telling you, like it will motivate him. He'll play well, and if they play good defense, they can run the football like they want to. It doesn't matter what if they bring an AP or Jim Harbaugh, they're going to want to do both those things, right? So I mean, either way, you know what I mean. Either way, and I didn't show some of his runs, but I mean, he does still scramble stuff and run for a first down when he needs to. So he would just be effective, right? I know what I'm getting. It's not going to be a shock. I'm not going to be shocked by him taking sacks, and I'm not going to be shocked by that he throws 3 touchdowns, right? He still had 26 touchdowns this year. Probably would have threw 30 if he finished the last 2 games. So the production is consistent. I mean, you go through Pro Football Reference, it doesn't matter what year, it's 25-8, 25-8, 25-8. You know what I mean? So 100 passer rating, 25-8, 100 passer rating, 25-8, 100 passer rating. You know what you're getting, and like if he sucks, you just Jaden Daniels, whoever they draft, can come right in my opinion. But I feel like because I just feel like Justin Fields is such an investment. I feel like they would want him to start if they do that. So
yeah, I think you're right. Like if they do bring in Justin Fields, like they're gonna want him to be the guy, especially if they have to give up draft picks for him, and depending on when, like they're gonna have to make a decision again. They're gonna have to make that decision on his 5th-year option, which won't be starting quarterback money, but it's not going to be cheap either, and it's fully guaranteed. I don't know what the figure is, what the figure is going to be exactly, but it's not like you're going to have like a guy on a rookie contract, if you know what I mean, for salary cap wise.
Yeah. Yeah, and then and let Aiden battle out with the rookie quarterback. I don't know how they feel about him, so that's gonna be different though if they went that route. But maybe they like Aiden so much, or maybe the next coach likes Aiden so much they want to just have Aiden battle out with the rookie. I don't know. So we'll see how that goes with this. Maybe we end up bringing in Davis Mills or something to battle out with Aiden O'Connell for the backup spot, or something like that.
I'm not. No, please don't make me watch Davis Mills and Aiden O'Connell battle it out. At least give me one quarterback with a big arm. That's athletic.
Davis Mills versus you don't want Davis Mills versus preseason battle. You don't break down that film, huh?
No, I have no interest. I have no interest. Surprisingly, I know.
Oh, man, his neck is so long. It's interesting. I don't understand how it's humanly possible for your neck to be this long.
Yeah,
but
that's what it all comes back to.
I mean, he's not a free agent. Never mind. But I'm just saying it'll be some kind of free agent like that. You know what I mean? Like like a
he might ask to be released. So you know what I mean? Like that one of those situations where he's like, I don't know if he can on his rookie contract, but he'd be willing to eat some money to go get an opportunity to play somewhere else because we know he ain't going to see the field as long as CJ Stroud's around there.
Yeah, so 100%. I mean, maybe we get Case Keenum from the Texans, man. Case Keenum.
That's right. He is a free agent. If Case Keenum gets another starting job in the NFL, my God.
I'm telling you, man, it was just dreadful to look at that list. I was like, oh my God, this is not.
It is brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, Gardner Minshew is like a legit possibility. Which again, I'd rather at least Gardner Minshew is like somewhat athletic in the pocket, but also has a garden hose for an arm.
I mean, Teddy Bridgewater's on here. Teddy Bridgewater, man.
He said he's going to retire at the end of the year. He said,
"Oh, he is."
Yeah.
He's going to go coach high school football, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
Mason Rudolph, man. I don't know. What about Mason? Mason Rudolph.
Playoff Mason Rudolph.
Playoff, man. See, the thing is, what if he goes on a run? What if he goes and beats the Bills this week? He goes on a run. Do they pay him? Like, what happens there? How much does he get paid? Quarterbacks get paid way too much, man. This is crazy. Like, what is he? You know what I mean? He gets $30 million.
The Steelers doing it, but I feel like that would be a giant mistake. I feel like they're. I don't know. I think the Steelers are smart enough to realize that if his greatest strength is that he's not Kenny Pickett, that's not a great strength.
I don't know, because even the Fields conversation is about quarterbacks getting paid. They don't want to pay him $50 million.
Yeah.
Because Kyler Murray weighs what, 45? What is he? Is he a top 16 quarterback at this point? What is he? He's 16, making $45 million.
I mean, I think he's probably better than that. He played well.
I'll give credit. He's better than that. But I'm just saying, like, from a performance aspect, right?
He's not like lighting it up. He
performance to contract ratio.
Yeah. There you go. That's a new metric we're coming up with that here.
The TDO performance to contract ratio. I think that should be a thing. I don't know. It's like, what's Derek Carr make? 40 million? He makes 40 million too, right?
Oh yeah. That's just the going rate. Veteran starting quarterback, 40 million. At least.
He should be making like 20. Like we were
doing like he was making with the Raiders.
Yeah, he should be making that 23 million. And then Jared Goff is like those guys, even Kirk Cousins. Maybe Kirk Cousins could be maybe 31, maybe. Josh Allen and them, they should be in the 35s. But the 50s is just crazy to me. That's why you guys you just can't win that way on 53-man teams. Like, what are we doing here?
Cap's going up. That's just what you say. Cap's going up.
Oh, yeah. So the cap's going up. So then we pay him 60. Yeah.
Cap's going up.
But that's what I'm saying. Because let's say the Raiders draft a quarterback before we get out of here, right? Raiders draft a quarterback, and he's pretty good. And we get to year. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about whether we can keep winning with him. Do we pay him $50 million? That's a weird conversation to me. Like at that point, it's like, do we have to get rid of him? Like, is he good enough?
Is he just okay? The old fashioned like okay or good, not great. Yeah. Great debate.
Can we win a Super Bowl with him? It's like year 4, man. These guys are good to like 30. I don't know. It's just crazy. So that's what I'm not. That's what I'm scared about. That like draft a quarterback. Like he's good, but like and then we get a like maybe they go 8-8. They fire the coach, and the new coach comes in. He's an idiot. Doesn't want to pay him $50 million. They trade him, and then we draft somebody, and that guy sucks. And then it's a big fear for me with Raiders because Raiders just do everything wrong. So yeah.
We're talking about 4 years from now, though. Let's try and get to this offseason first.
Yeah, you're right, Matt. Just stay in the present. Stay in the present. All right, guys, we're out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed that. The conversation about the coaches and GMs, and of course the breakdowns, looking at some of the veteran options at quarterback that are out there. If the Raiders want to go that route, or if they just want to go the rookies, of course we're going to keep with the draft content and all that good stuff. And yeah, it's all coming, man. So hope you guys enjoyed the show. And join the membership, like I said. And I got Jaden Daniels, I got JJ McCarthy, I got Michael Penix. I even said his name right this time. Look at that. And then I got Caleb Williams. I got 4 quarterback breakdowns. You like quarterbacks? There's 4 of them there. Go check them out. Yeah, we're out of here, guys. Peace.
See ya.